Why is Islam portrayed as a violent religion by people of other faiths? Why do people have the impression that Muslims are terrorists? And why do Muslims appear to react so violently in the media?
Historically, all religions do have some level of violence in them, but it's not the religion, it's some people who portray the religion. Unfortunately, Islam has been receiving the short end of the stick from the very beginning, since its inception, in the sense of the completion of religion 600 years after Jesus, peace be upon him. So we find that for 14 centuries, Islam has been attacked as a religion of violence, when in fact the very essence of religion in Islam represents peace. For example, the name Islam is the only religion on earth that has been properly named as a noun and a verb, meaning peace and submission. All other religions of the world are named after a person or an object, which does not have a real representation of what it represents as a religion. So Islam, the name Islam, the root word comes from the root salama, which means peace. And it's ironic that Islam is addressed as a religion of terror when the very title of the religion is peace and submission. So how is that possible? Secondly, who is addressing Islam as a religion of violence? If you look at the world today, you'll find that the very same people who are portraying religion of Islam as a violent religion are the ones who are invading the Muslim lands. They are the ones who have their armies in the Muslim lands. So then who is the violent one? And if a human being who is being attacked and their land is being usurped defends themselves, and then we call them terrorists or we call them violent, then it's a very unfair allocation of titles. So Islam is not a religion of violence, it's a religion of submission, it's a religion of peace, and the Quran is replete with the argument that a believer in God must be a peaceful person. So these arguments can go back and forth as to what is historically true and what is not historically true. But let's put the statistics at rest from the point of view that if you look at the growth of Islam from 1934 to 1984, 50 years, the World Almanac shows that Islam grew by 235%. Christianity grew by 45%. And the global population grew by 136%. So if you just do statistics by itself, you'll find that Islam is in an incredibly growthful stage. Now we have to ask the question, if it is portrayed or if it's truly a violent religion, why is the world embracing it so readily? Unless it is the contrary to what media is trying to portray. And therefore, it stands to reason that Islam is by far, unless somebody can bring arguments forward, it is by far the most peaceful religion on earth.